Good morning, friends. Welcome to Medi Mantra. Myself, Dr. Aveer Sarkar. Today, we'll be talking about endometrial carcinoma, the new staging which has come up this year, FIGO carcinoma endometrium staging 2023. So, I'll be talking on it in detail. Let us come to a detailed discussion of CA endometrium. So, today we'll be talking about carcinoma endometrium, FIGO staging 2023. Before coming to the carcinoma endometrium real staging, let us see the basics, what changes have come up till now. So the first change which has come up is now we will go for histological typing of endometrial cancers. In histological typing, you should always remember we have low grade cancers as well as we have high grade cancers. Low grade types are also called non-aggressive type of cancers, whereas high grade ones are called aggressive type of cancers. This is very important because our staging will change accordingly. So non-aggressive types usually include endometrioid endometrial cancers, grade 1 and grade 2. So what do you mean by grade 1 and grade 2? Let us discuss in detail. Grading of endometrioid endometrial cancer depends upon the percentage of solid areas present. If the solid areas are less than equal 5% of the total slide of which you are examining, then it is grade 1. Grade 2 is solid area between 6 to 50%. And grade 3 is when the solid areas are more than 50%. So grade 1 and grade 2, that is when the solid area, that is non-morular solid area is up to 50%, then it is considered to be low grade or non-aggressive type of cancer. Whereas grade 3 endometrioid endometrial cancer as well as other histological types. What do you mean by other histological types? Either it can be serous adenocarcinoma, or it can be clear cell type of adenocarcinoma, or it can be mesonephric-like carcinomas. It can be carcinosarcomas. Then you have undifferentiated type of cancers, and you have gastrointestinal mucinous type of cancers. Now these types of cancers, when detected in histopathological examination or in endometrial aspiration, whichever you do, then these all suggest that this is an aggressive type of cancer. So the first point which we should be noting here is we have to do a molecular that is grading, histological grading of the tumor, which is very important. So you have to ask your pathologist to give this classification in the endometrial aspiration sample which you do prior to surgery, because this will be changing our modality and management. Now next, coming to our next basic which we'll be talking is our lymphovascular space invasion. Now what do you mean by lymphovascular space invasion? When the tumor cells have invaded into the lymphatics and the blood vessels. So if lymphovascular space invasion we find less than 5 vessels to be involved, then we say it is focal lymphovascular space invasion. Focal LVSI is less than 5 vascular involvement, whereas more than equal 5 vessel involvement is substantial LVSI. So this is very important. You should be able to define what is focal or no LVSI and substantial LVSI. The third change which has come up is your macro and micrometastasis. So when you talk about metastasis in the lymph nodes, when we talk about lymph nodes, then we say whether it is macro or micrometastasis. Now see, if you find a lymph node or a metastatic part to be 0.2 to 2 millimeters in size, okay, or more than 200 cells of metastasis have been found, then this is called micrometastasis. This is micrometastasis. Whereas any lymph node involvement of more than 2 millimeters or any metastatic nodule more than 2 millimeters is called macrometastasis. So this is the definition of micro and macrometastasis. However, if you find less than equal 200 tumor cells in an isolated part, then it is called ITC, that is isolated tumor cells. So you should be able to define what is macrometastasis, what is micrometastasis, and what is ITC, because these will also change the staging according to the recent FIGO guideline. Now the next change which have come up is your molecular profiling. Now whenever you do endometrial aspiration biopsy for a patient, then you have to ask your pathologist to do molecular profiling. In molecular profiling, what do we mean? That is, you have to do immunocytochemistry for a few of the markers. The first marker is pole mutation, number 1. Number 2, you have P53 abnormalities which have to be done. So the second is P53 abnormality. The third molecular marker which has to be tested is MMRD. MMRD is mismatch repair defect. So mismatch repair defect gene, it has to be tested. And number 4 is your NSMP. NSMP is no specific molecular profile was detected. So these are the 4 markers which can be found. One is your pole mutation, one is P53, one is mismatch repair defect, and if no specific molecular profiling have been found. If your pathologist gives a finding of pole mutation, then it is associated with very good prognosis, and you need not to even subject the patient to adjuvant chemotherapy or radiotherapy. If P53 has been found, then it is associated with a poor prognosis, whereas MMRD and NSMP are associated with intermediate prognosis. So for prognostication part of view, molecular profiling is important. Moreover, molecular profiling has also been added to the staging part. So it has been added to the staging part. Now, when these basics have been clear, now one more thing I would like to stress upon in this aspect is how do we actually stage the tumor. So endometrial carcinoma, the staging is a surgical staging. You all know that we have to do a surgical staging laparotomy, and in that we will go do the correct staging. So the staging is possible with a surgical staging and a pathological examination, a good pathological examination with molecular profiling. So this is what we will be doing. So in surgical staging, what we do for carcinoma endometrium, you have to go for a total hysterectomy and bilateral salpingo-oophorectomy. This is the surgery of choice. Now total hysterectomy, if possible, you better do it by minimally invasive method. Minimally invasive method means you either go for total laparoscopic hysterectomy. When you find it is a low grade tumor, and if the stage is like stage 1A1, where only endometrial involvement have been taken place, and less than 50% of the myometrium, in that case you can safely go for minimally invasive technique, that is total laparoscopic hysterectomy and bilateral salpingo-oophorectomy will be the treatment of choice. Now one thing which people are asking, whether retroperitoneal lymph node dissection has to be done or not. So retroperitoneal lymph node, if we go by a number of studies and the that is meta-analysis which have come up, they say that if it is a high risk patient, high or intermediate to high risk patient, for this risk stratification, I have a separate video where I'll be talking about risk stratification in carcinoma endometrium. So remember, if the patient is high risk or intermediate to high risk, then you have to no doubt go for retroperitoneal lymph node dissection, because then you are ruling out stage 3 disease. But if the patient is a low risk disease or intermediate to low risk disease, then in that case also ESGO and ESMO says that you better go for a lymph node dissection, because you will rule out occult lymph node metastasis. because lymph node metastasis occult is to be seen in a few patients, whereby patients directly upgrade to stage 3. So you better do lymph node dissection. So now it is recommended in the 2023 guidelines that you go for sentinel lymph node biopsy in all patients of carcinoma endometrium. Sentinel lymph node biopsy has an advantage that you need not to go for complete lymphadenectomy. So patients, the side effects of a lymph node dissection or complete lymphadenectomy is avoided, and thereby you are also ruling out any occult metastasis. Now, one more thing which people will be asking is whether omentectomy has to be done or not, infracolic omentectomy. Remember, whenever you have an aggressive type of tumor means if it is serous tumor or clear cell carcinoma, or it is an undifferentiated carcinoma or carcinosarcoma, these cases have omental migrations also spread. So you better do an infracolic omentectomy in all such patients. For low-grade endometrial cancers, you need not to go for infracolic omentectomy. So all the basics I have made it clear. Now let us see the staging once again. Now staging have been revised totally in 2023, and so the new staging will revise now. Now, first of all, when we start with the staging, first of all you should remember stage 1. Let us come to stage 1. Stage 1 means the disease is confined to the uterus and ovary. So disease to the ovary is also considered in stage 1, but a few cases I'll be talking. So coming to stage 1A1. 1A1 is disease confined to the endometrium. So it is only in the endometrium, that is either in the form of an endometrial polyp. If you take, suppose you have got an endometrial polyp or thickened endometrium and you have done a polypectomy and the polypectomy suggests there is atypia or there is neoplasia, then it will be stage 1A1. But you should remember it should be non-aggressive type of cancer and there should be no LVSI. These two findings have to be there. So there should be no or focal lymphovascular space invasion. It should be grade 1 or grade 2 endometrial cancer only, because it should be non-aggressive type and it should be confined only to the endometrium. This is stage 1A1. Stage 1A2 is less than 50% of myometrial involvement. So less than 50% of myometrial involvement, plus it should be non-aggressive type and no LVSI. So this is important. These two things have to be there. Coming to stage 1A3. 1A3 is also less than 50% myometrial involvement. Okay, less than 50% myometrial involvement, plus concomitantly there is a low grade endometrioid carcinoma of unilateral ovary. So the disease is there in the uterus. Now see, the disease is there in the uterus, endometrium, and less than 50% of the myometrium, plus the disease is there in one ovary. But this disease should be low grade endometrioid endometrial carcinoma, that is less than 50% of solid areas. Number 2, no capsule rupture should be there. If there is capsule rupture of the ovary, then this will high grade to stage 3. So you should remember there should be no capsular rupture. It should be low grade endometrial cancer, and it should be confined to only one ovary and less than 50% of the myometrium should be involved. Then it is stage 1A3. Very important, newly added in the classification. After 1A, now we have 1B. 1B is more than equal 50% myometrial involvement, plus it should be non-aggressive type and plus no LVSI. Okay, so this is stage 1B. Remember, it is more than equal 50. So 50% myometrial involvement will be in stage 1B. Coming to stage 1C. Stage 1C and 2C are always aggressive types. So remember, wherever you have C, you have aggressive type. So aggressive type confined to endometrium. So there is an endometrial polyp. You do a polypectomy, and after polypectomy the report says serous cancer or carcinosarcoma or anything clear cell cancer. Then the direct stage is stage 1C. So clear, stage 1 is over. Next we have stage 2. Stage 2 में उतना ज्यादा difficult नहीं है. It is only 2A, 2B and 2C. So stage 2A is involvement of cervical stroma. Whenever cervical stroma, that is the cervix, have been involved, remember it is not cervical glandular involvement. अगर cervical glandular involvement होता है तो it will not be staged into 2, it will be stage 1 only. So cervical stromal involvement always is seen by involvement of an area below the deepest cleft. So the deepest cleft or crypt of the gland has to be beyond that, then only we will say कि cervical stromal involvement हुआ. Plus आपका जो ये वाला था non-aggressive type and no LVSI has to be included in stage 2A. Stage 2B is always LVSI involvement. तो अगर lymphovascular space involvement है which is substantial means I have already told more than equal 5 vessel involvement, then it is stage 2B. So lymphovascular space invasion of either only endometrium हो या myometrium हो, it doesn't matter, but it will be stage 2B. And फिर C आता है. C का मतलब ही है aggressive type. So 2C is aggressive type to myometrium. Now it is not only to endometrium, it has gone to myometrium. Whether less than 50% or more than 50% involvement does not matter. But aggressive type in the myometrium will be 2C. Aggressive type in the endometrium will be 1C. Now coming to stage 3. So in stage 3, you have 3A1. 3A1 is involvement of ovary and fallopian tube. Okay. So involvement of ovary and fallopian tube is stage 3A1 except stage 1A3. So in 1A3 what we had seen, 1A3 में क्या था, लेस देन 50% ऑफ मायोमेट्रियम इन्वॉल्व था. वो भी आपका एंडोमेट्रियल कैंसर ऑफ लो ग्रेड था एंड इट वाज कन्फाइंड टू 1 ओवरी विदाउट कैप्सुलर रप्चर. ये सारे क्राइटेरिया थे 1A3 का. इसको छोड़ के कोई भी अगर क्राइटेरिया जहां पे ओवरी इन्वॉल्व हो जाता है, आइदर बायलैटरल ओवरीज या फिर फेलोपियन ट्यूब इन्वॉल्वमेंट, ये सारा चीज आपका स्टेज 3A1 में आ जाएगा. देन आ जाता है आपका 3A2. 3A2 is involvement of subserosa and serosa. So अभी तक हमारा मायोमेट्रियम तक इन्वॉल्व हो रहा था. When serosal involvement and subserosal involvement आ जाता है तो ये 3A2 हो जाता है. Then coming to 3B. 3B में भी 3B1 and 3B2 है. 3B1 is vagina plus minus parametrial involvement. Now अब क्या हो गया, ये धीरे धीरे नीचे आ गया. तो आपका पहले यहाँ पे था serosa was involved and subserosa, this area was involved. Now it has come down, it has involved the vagina and it has gone to the parametrium. So this is important, stage 3B1. Then 3B2 is your involvement of pelvic peritoneum. This is also a change which has come up. पहले क्या था, पहले we used to consider the peritoneum as a whole. But now pelvic peritoneum has been considered separately and abdominal peritoneum has also been considered separately. So pelvic part of the peritoneum, if it is involved, then it is stage 3B2. Now coming to stage 3C. Stage 3C, as you all know, are lymph node involvement. Everywhere in all cancers, stage 3C is lymph nodes except, CA ovary. So your stage 3C is lymph node. So 3C1 is your pelvic lymph nodes. Pelvic lymph nodes में कौन कौन से lymph nodes आते हैं, I have been telling many times. I'm again revising now. Pelvic lymph nodes में आता है आपका external iliac lymph nodes, internal iliac group of lymph nodes, obturator lymph nodes and common iliac group of lymph nodes. So these all are pelvic lymph nodes. So 3C1 is pelvic lymph nodes. उसमें भी 1 and 2 आता है. अब 1 and 2, these 1 and 2 are small 1 and 2 Roman number and they are in brackets. So stage 3C1 1 में है micrometastasis and 3C1 2 में है macrometastasis. Micrometastasis, as I have already told, lymph node का जो area है size है, that is 0.2 to 2 millimeters and macro का है more than equal 2 millimeters will be your macrometastasis. 3C2 is your para-aortic lymph nodes. Para-aortic lymph nodes, उसमें भी आपका 1 and 2 आ जाता है. 1 is micrometastasis, 2 is macrometastasis. But important is para-aortic lymph nodes up to renal vessels is a new thing which is added. तो रीनल वेसल्स के नीचे नीचे डिसेक्शन करके अगर आपको लिम्फ नोड्स मिल रहा है देन इट इज 3C2. इफ लिम्फ नोड्स, पैरायोटिक लिम्फ नोड्स आर प्रेजेंट अबव द रीनल वेसल्स देन इट विल बी स्टेज 4. ओके, सो यहां तक हो गया आपका स्टेज 3. देन आ जाता है स्टेज 4A. स्टेज 4A इज ब्लैडर एंड बाउल म्यूकोजा. म्यूकोजा इज इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर म्यूकोजा के बियॉन्ड हो जाता है तो स्टेज 4A नहीं रहेगा. स्टेज 4B इज एब्डोमिनल पेरिटोनियम. नाउ पहले क्या था आपका, ये जो दिस 3B2 इज पेल्विक पेरिटोनियल इन्वॉल्वमेंट, whereas 4B is your abdominal peritoneal involvement is stage 4B, and stage 4C is distant metastasis. Distant metastasis means it includes everything. Okay, so common iliac lymph nodes above the level of renal vessels also will be in 4C. Then you have inguinal lymph nodes. You have any other distant metastasis to any other organ. So this is the current FIGO staging. Now one more thing I want to stress is people sometimes ask what are the changes which have been brought about in this new staging. So let me summarize it properly. Number 1, we have got now aggressive type versus non-aggressive type of cancer. Very important, because non-aggressive में low grade endometrioid carcinoma will be in other stages, whereas aggressive types will always be either stage 1C or stage 2C. So C's will be there. Then the second change which have come is, the second stage which has come up is your LVSI, lymphovascular space invasion, whether it is no or focal LVSI or substantial LVSI, because all the LVSI will be in stage 2B. This is the change which have brought about. The third change which has been brought about is that concomitant uterus plus unilateral ovary, that too low grade endometrial carcinoma has a very good prognosis, and so stage 3 से उसको stage 1A3 में लाया गया है, lower staging किया गया है इसमें. The fourth change which has come is your ovary and fallopian tube is different staging, and subserosa and serosa is different staging. Earlier ovary, fallopian tube, subserosa, serosa सब कुछ stage 3A में था. अब 3A को divide कर दिया है into 3A1 and 3A2. So this is the next change which have been brought about. The fifth change which has come up is your lymph nodes. Lymph nodes में micro and macro metastasis have come out. So micrometastasis is when the lymph node का size is less than 2 millimeters, that is 0.2 to 2 millimeters, and more than equal 2 millimeters is your macrometastasis, whereas you have another term ITC, that is your isolated tumor cells is less than 200 cells if found. So this is the fifth change. The sixth change which has come up is para-aortic lymph nodes में up to the renal vessels will be in your stage 3C2, whereas beyond the renal vessels will be your stage versus stage 4C. So this has the change which has brought about. Then the seventh change which has come about is your peritoneum. पेरिटोनियम में भी पहले क्या था, एब्डोमिनल एंड पेल्विक पेरिटोनियम अलग नहीं था. अब पेल्विक एंड एब्डोमिनल पेरिटोनियम हैव गॉट डिफरेंट स्टेजिंग. The eighth change which have been brought about and which is a very transitional change is your molecular markers. Okay, so molecular markers में याद रखना है, कभी भी अगर पोल म्यूटेशन आता है, पोल म्यूटेशन, then the stage is always downgraded to stage 1A. Whereas if you have P53 mutation, then irrespective of सिर्फ एंडोमेट्रियम में भी है, बहुत थोड़ा सा इन्वॉल्वमेंट है, फिर भी P53 है तो स्टेज 2C हो जाएगा. ओके, सो स्टेजिंग विल डिपेंड ऑन स्टेज 1A and 2C. जब भी मॉलिक्यूलर मार्कर्स करते हैं देन यू हैव टू राइट लाइक दिस. सपोज इट इज स्टेज 1A1 M, you will write pole mutation, ऐसे करके लिखना होता है, M करके, ठीक है, मॉलिक्यूलर मार्कर करके लिखना है. देन सपोज स्टेज 3C, सॉरी 2C, उसके बाद M, देन यू राइट P53 abnormality. ठीक है, तो ऐसे करना है. एंड इफ इट इज इंटरमीडिएट ग्रेड्स जैसे NSMP एंड MMRD, देन द स्टेजिंग वोंट चेंज. The ninth change which has come about is your this one. If it is high grade endometrioid, okay, that is high grade endometrioid, या फिर अगर आपका बहुत atypia, if there is too much of atypia which is found, then you grade your staging. Your staging changes by 1. Okay, so too much of atypia will change your stage or your grade by 1. So grade will be upgraded by 1. So that is, अगर आप grade 1 endometrial carcinoma बोल रहे हो और आपको atypical features ज्यादा मिल रहा है, तो आपका grade 1 से grade 2 हो जाएगा and grade 2 से grade 3 like this. Then the 10th change which has come about is your sentinel lymph node biopsy. So sentinel lymph node biopsy is now warranted in all patients of carcinoma endometrium, even if it is low grade and lower stage, so that you detect all the occult metastasis. Nuclear atypia का मैंने बता दिया, will change the stage or the grade by 1. And then finally cervical stromal involvement. Cervical stromal involvement will be not consider the glandular involvement. So glandular involvement is not to be done, and it should be, the invasion should be deeper than the deepest cleft. That is the cleft or the deepest gland which is there, उससे भी ज्यादा नीचे deep होगा, तब cervical stromal involvement होगा. And finally you have your pole marker which is associated with a good prognosis, and your P53 abnormality which is associated with a bad prognosis or a poor prognosis. So these are all the changes which have been brought about. There have been substantial change in the 2023 guidelines, so I will tell everybody to just go through it. It is not at all a difficult staging, but you have to just revise it once again and understand the basics so that you get to know and stage your patients better. So for more informative videos like this and medical background videos, kindly remain subscribed to our channel Medi Mantra.